Boop, 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 boop. What's going on, Creased fam? We're back again, fresh off of June 27th here in Houston. Uh, Back to give you some more sneaker news. I'm Trey. Thank you for subscribing, following us. I'm here with my boy Casita. What's going on, Casita?
Chilling, baby. Happy June 27th weekend. Y'all know what it is. Mr. No Backdoor. Mr. No L's this week, finally. Finally. Golly, man. It was a long road. Thought it would never end. But, nah, man, just chilling, man. Let's get into it, man. What's up with it?
For sure. So we can talk about the L meter just a little bit, just kind of go over what just came out, see if you copped anything. I know you came up on maybe one or two things. So and I know you got me on the dunks, right? You got the dunks. What else did we not strike out on?
Man, Mr. Anti-L this week, dog. So
All the dubs.
all dub seasons right here. Oh, just this week. Dang. So as we all know, most people took an L this week whenever it came to sneakers changing the date on a lot of these, but a lot of the foot sites were still releasing their pairs, and a lot of mom and pop stores or brick and mortar stores were still selling theirs. So I was able to snag a pair of the tie-dye ones from my lady. Shout outs to you, love. Game day, Gym Red 11s or the Concord Red 11s. I did win off of a raffle. I was able to flip those and get the champs colorways. So it was a pretty nice week. And I got a pair of the Auto Adapt, the Adapt Auto Max, the Anthracite, or maybe the all black pair. Those are the ones that I got. Those also came in a nice packaging as well. You may see that on a mail call coming up. So yeah, no else to report this week, my man. What about you?
Good to hear. No, I stayed away from everything this weekend. There was nothing I'm looking forward to. I got a couple pairs of J's coming up that I'm looking forward to. But the one L I did take, we'll talk about it a little bit later. It was a Reebok, but we're gonna talk about that a little bit later in the episode. So we'll get to that. So let's move on right into kicks of the day, episode 10th episode. So what you got, bro?
Oh man, we're coming straight off of the June 27th weekend. So it's only right that I pull out a Houston-related themed shoe. So this week I'm going to go with the Donkey 713 edition of the Air Max 95s. Super bold, very Houston-esque, Houston-themed shoe.
Cumo City Don.
At Cumo City Don right now. Stop loud and bang. No, I'm joking. Got the HOU here, staggered. Got the gray tape eyelets or loopholes, very ode to DJ Screw. Of course, they got the purple tongue, and they got the HOU Texas right there on the tongue as well. And can't forget the screw that's on the back. If you didn't know, this is chopped screw. So it's a chopped up screw, so it's chopped and screw, just like Houston is. Man, this shoe, one of my favorites for sure. A really close guy to me got these for me for Christmas, and I love them, man. As I wear them twice a year, so I only wear them on June 27th or 713 day, which is July 13th, which is coming up. So you may see them on the storyline coming up.
Those are super duper fire. The graffiti on the HOU logo is super dope, and then obviously the screw on the back. When the first time I saw those, I knew it was a done deal. And they came out with the other Houston shoe as well that was like Astros colors, are the 95, which was also really dope. But you got the one there.
Yeah, man, it was a great gift from a very great person. I appreciate that so much. If y'all didn't know, I'm talking about Trey.
Moving on to mine, we got the episode 10. We'll bust out of 10 here. LeBron 10 lows. Cool little story about these. We got these. We went on a trip to Vegas for Casita's 21st birthday way back in the day at this point. And we actually went to one of the Nike, like a big Nike, it wasn't a factory, just a big Nike store there. and it was like 3 stories and everything. We were walking around. We were just me and you were just like racking it up. We each had like 3-4 pairs in hand, I remember. And then Anderson Silva was fighting in Vegas that week, and he walked in, and we were like, "Oh shit, it's Anderson Silva." He asked our friend like what he thought about a pair of shoes and stuff, so that was pretty dope. And then I walked out with these, and I think 1 or 2 other pairs from that trip, and we were all flying home with boxes in our hands and stuff. But love these shoes, orange and blue. It's like a Knicks colorway. The speckle gets me every time right along the midsole there. But other than that, super sweet LeBron, uber comfortable, and I just slide in and out of these. I don't think I've ever retied these since I got them. Super fire laces. Look at those.
Yeah, the speckle laces are hard, man. Those you can't beat that. The only thing that make it better if it was 3M, but that's a whole different thing. No, that's a fire pair of shoes. I missed out on every single LeBron 10, and those are one of those classic colorways.
LeBron was definitely one of my favorites. LeBron 9 and 10 were definitely my favorite LeBrons, and they did a good job on the 10 lows. Did a really good job on 10 lows.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. So let's keep it pushing. Let's move on to fresh out the box. With fresh out the box, starting up, we have the we have a collaboration with Boston's own Bodega brand with New Balance. They released an X Racer, which is a classic silhouette from New Balance. They resurrected it from the dead. It is a hiking shoe. This colorway is dubbed the All Terrain. It was actually a capsule that was done with 7 creatives. They did a raffle for it, and all the proceeds went to charity. The raffle ended on the 24th of this month, which is June. But it wasn't just shoes in this capsule. They also had like vests, they had pants, hoodies, shirts, the whole shebang. This particular shoe, it got all different types of colors going on in it. Yeah, no, man, look, if I'm not wearing, Panagoya, or if I don't have a camelback on my back, I'm probably not gonna see me rocking these. But I do like that they did it for a charitable cause, so that's always dope whenever you can give back and still produce products for people. So
yeah, it was for sure. It was for like 6 different charities, I think, is how where all the proceeds were going in LA. They had a bunch of big time artists too, and like you said, it was definitely more than just the shoe. There's a whole list, like the whole capsule, but the shoe's not for me. We were talking about the L meter. I should have mentioned this too. This is not the one I was referring to earlier, but this was an L as far as I wouldn't go after the shoe, but some of the other stuff, especially since it was going for charity, there's no doubt I would have gone for some of this stuff had I paid attention.
I mean, a lot of things, whenever they still go for charity, like the Supreme COVID shirt, people bought it. All the proceeds did go to charity, but people are still reflipping it. So, it would be something to flip afterwards, even if you didn't like it, but at least your initial proceeds went towards an organization that needed help. So
cool. Yeah. For sure. So we can move on. Moving to the next topic, we got a few shoes that released overseas. We did not get them here in the United States. So the first one we're going to talk about, y'all probably seen it last couple of weeks, the blue Jordan 3 Royal. So this is going to be a super popular colorway way down the road. Right now, it is not hot. However, it did just drop overseas. We don't have a date right now, right?
Overseas was June 26th. There is no stateside release at this moment.
So no release here, but June 26th, you could absolutely find them online somewhere, but that shipping is not going to be anything easy. The only other shoe we got, a big one that came up was the Weatherspoon. Atmos in Tokyo, they released the Weatherspoon, the big massive collab with Asics, with all the colors, the corduroy and everything. So did you get in on that?
No, I did not. I was actually on a Zoom conference call when those dropped, and you refresh the page from midnight here Central Time to 12:01, and the link was already broken. So you had to beat the bots on that one. It was hard to even navigate through that website. It's all in Japanese. I don't speak Japanese. Konnichiwa, you know what I'm saying? I still love all my Japanese brothers and sisters. I did take a look at the resale value of them because I was ready to cop them right then and there. But they're well over $1,200. So yeah, y'all win, man. I'm not even gonna fight y'all on that. But back to those Jordan 3s, the Royals, the varsity Royals. A lot of people are showing some love to it, but they kind of remind me of the Motorsport 4s that dropped a couple years ago. Initially, they did not have a good drive, which I believe these 3s are also not going to have a great drive on them, even if they do drop stateside. I do see them sitting. But either this or they look like the DJ Khaled We the Best 3s that dropped. Well, that didn't drop. You know, they were friends of there, but even those, you know, blue 3s just don't hit unless they're true blue 3s. But
I hear you, but at the same time, it's a blue and black and it's a Jordan 3, so do I think it might sit maybe like a couple days? Do I think it's going to sit for long? It will not. It definitely won't sit till the fall. But that's like you said, even if we even get a release over here. So,
yeah, I mean, I won't be looking forward to them, even if they do drop here stateside. But it is what it is. Again, they're getting traction. People are asking about them online, so we'll have to wait and see the reception of once we do get a release date, or if we ever do get a release date. So those were overseas drops. Next, we got a big drop. Kanye West broke his 4-month Twitter hiatus to let us all know that he has inked a deal with the Gap. Like the Gap, like Banana Republic and Old Navy. And you know the rest. So Kanye was working his spaceship over there at the Gap for years on end. Now he's just inked a deal with them for a 10-year deal, hoping to make a revenue of a little over $1 billion by year 5. How well do you think this is going to do? You think so? The drop is supposed to accommodate, or it's supposed to provide affordable Yeezy brand clothing. We all know that YeezySupply.com, you find t-shirts with holes in them for $80, $100, $120. So apparently they haven't been doing that well. So now he's has a partnership with a known brand, and hopefully the reception so far has been doing well. Gap, their stock has really gone up just over the past couple of days. So I think it's just going to be another resale market. It's the sad truth about it. Now, you're going to have people who are like, oh, I've been rocking Gap since day one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to come all down to, as far as that goes, I think it all just comes down to, he made, I saw the universal sweater, right? So he wants to make this one sweater that's perfect for a hoodie, whatever it was, that's perfect for every situation that you could ever have it, need it for. And I think if he creates that kind of clothing and mass wear, then that's kind of already what Gap does. You know what I'm saying, as far as Old Navy and that goes. So do I think it's going to work? Yeah. But as far as what you're talking about with the resale is going to be a popular thing. But if he's releasing it in such massive quantities that, that it's not as popular of a resale item. Like you can find Jordan brand stuff at the outlet, but it doesn't mean it's that premium stuff, right? So you get the premium stuff on Yeezy Supply, you know what I'm saying? And you get your premium stuff on, where we all buy it when they drop, right? So stuff like that. So do I think it's going to work? Yeah, I do think it's going to work for sure. I think with the backing he already has, I saw he redid the shop in Chicago, and he had there was not even an opening, and he had a line in front of it for, I don't even know if they were checking it out or what it was, but it looked pretty cool, obviously. So you're taking Gap, which is already a worldwide corporation, huge, lots of money. Kanye, already the same thing. You're merging them together. This is like a really cool, popping, trendy guy, obviously has been forever, but like super right now, mixing it with a popular brand that's your general everyday clothing. I think it'd be hard to mess up.
Yeah, no, I don't see it being a total mess up. What I do foresee happening is people buying racks at a time, since they're going to be affordable. And those people who are, lifelong Kanye West fans, not just regular Gap shoppers, but, lifelong Kanye West fans, they're going to hoard these clothes, and, they're either going to try to vintage them out. Gap is very popular in the thrifting world. So, being able to hold on to, these they're going to be mementos at this point. They're going to be uh, statement pieces, and people are going to be able to resell them for high value well after the drop. A sweater that may cost you 40, 50, 60 bucks, you find it at a thrift store, and you read the tags, you read the labels, so it's a collaboration. That thing may never lose value, and it may have holes in it. So, so he might revert back in a circle of not him selling clothes with holes in it, but his clothes have holes in it, and they resell for the same price as they would before they had holes in it.
Yeah. No, I feel you for sure. And I mean, like I said, the whole resale aspect is just going to be, you got to just keep the store flooded with that merch, even if it's $20 hoodies, $20 shorts. You can't let them sell you out, because once they start selling you out all the time, then that's when people can start reselling it. If you're always you're never going to go to Old Navy and see empty racks. Never. Like, Old Navy is always packed with more stuff, and I feel like they get more stuff every time I go in there. And I think that's how you combat the reselling. I mean, there's other ways. I mean, we're talking about branding on the thing. If it's a plain hoodie, if it's a plain sweatshirt, and all you're paying for is, maybe a YZY logo on the tag, I'm not saying it's not going to resell, but it's definitely not a merch item.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're gonna just see how StockX does it, because
yeah, for sure.
They're gonna have those people that like I said, they're gonna buy the whole rack, and
no doubt, I'm not doubting that for sure.
First drop, they're gonna have lookbooks, they're gonna have summer drop, winter drop, whatever drop.
I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's a Kith type of lookbook situation. I think he wants it to be a general everyday. You can just go in there and get a sweater, a plain red ass sweater. I don't think it's like every fall we're going to drop these super spectacular 10 exclusive items. You know what I'm saying? If it's like that, then exactly what you're saying is going to happen. And then this shop is just a boutique. It has nothing to do with Gap or what they stand for or what he's trying to say he wants.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Like, yes, he wants his stuff mass produced. He wants it accessible to everybody. Hence why the zebras are redropping, once a year now. He wants everybody to be able to say, I was able to cop something from Kanye West, But you still have those stands. You still have those people who are divided, and they sell his name. He's an icon at this point, and any piece of memorabilia that you can have from him, you're gonna add an interest rate on it. You're gonna add a tax on there, because it is what it is. He is who he is. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, like you're saying, even a basic T-shirt. You can walk in Old Navy right now and buy a plain white T-shirt for maybe $5, $6, at most $8 or $10. But the second you put that YZY on there, that $10 shirt is instantly $50.
But I don't think it's going to be those prices. And I think if he's worried about selling out, then that's not what getting into this business is for.
I get what you're saying, but I'm not.
People are going to go resell them, but what if they're like, hey, you can only walk out of here with 4 items today?
Where in the American law are they going to say that? There's no.
It's their store. They can do whatever the hell they want.
They're not going to put no damn policy on no T-shirt at.
If you're trying to combat resale,
what's going to stop that? What's going to stop that person from buying those 4 items, leaving, or bringing a gang of them all together? Right. And that person is like, oh yeah, here, I'm gonna pay you $20 to buy all of these shirts.
you're gonna bring it. Yeah, if you're gonna bring people in with you and buy, everybody gets 4 items, then that's what it is. And there's people that are gonna resell it. I'm not saying they're not gonna resell it. I'm saying if Kanye is looking to sell all this stuff out, then that's not what the Gap does.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, that is not. I get what you're saying, bro. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, and you're right. Kanye, this is not the lane that he's choosing to drive on. He's not choosing to, you know, produce limited quantity clothing for
Right.
a worldwide brand. What I'm saying is the brand itself is going to be flooded now with people that usually don't even shop there, and they're going to come with their money and they're going to clean house on particular items because of that name that's attached to it. So like you said, if they're going to try to combat this effort by putting a policy down of, oh, you're only limited to 10 Yeezy Gap products per transaction, someone's going to backdoor the clothes anyway. I'm not worried about it. They're going to take him to the back and pat him. They're going to ask him about some khakis. Man, shout out Kanye. That was a very lucrative deal that he did. And, you know, every day, you know, you wake up, well, not every day you wake up, but every time you see Ye doing something, this is a step in the right direction, I believe, for, you know, his legacy, you know. So hats off to you, Kanye. Only in this aspect, take off that damn red hat. Next up, that is not anywhere close to red hat related, is going to be the Dior Jordan raffle that released this past week. The raffle allowed you to choose between one pair, either the highs or the lows, and they had it set at 5 different locations, 2 being in New York, one on Soho, the other one on 57th Street. Then they had it in Beverly Hills and Rodeo Drive, as well as Miami. I'm not sure about where in Miami, probably like somewhere Trinity Gardens or something like that. Yeah, man, did you enter the raffle?
I did. I got in on the highs. I wasn't gonna miss it. By the time I sent it to some other people and they got to it, they said that they missed it. So I was all good on it, though. I was very, very much happy with. I was very much okay with putting my card down for, you know, that large price tag.
Man, at this point, the price tag doesn't even matter because, you know, if you get the shoes, you know, you could probably get a year's salary, an average year's salary, you know. So, you know, spending 2 bands and then flipping that and getting 10 bands, I think some people have them as high as 13 bands for 15K online already for the early releases. So, you know, 15 bands for one pair of shoes. I mean, I haven't heard of that since the Undefeated Fours, which are still going for 25. So,
yeah, I mean, it doesn't shock me. It's a big time fashion shoe. So, I think you know, they're one of the first to jump into this game with the collabs with the streetwear brand, or not streetwear brand, but Jordan brand. So, yeah, it's major. It's like the Swarovski did that like a couple of years ago or something like that.
are you gonna do straight to foot? Are you gonna straight to foot as soon as you get them? Are you gonna flex or are you gonna flip?
I'm gonna put them on. I'm gonna walk down Westheimer and I'm gonna go to the Gallo and just walk around the Gallo for the entire day. Just crease them up and destroy them. You know what I'm saying?
Hard flex, man. That's the thing about them. You think even past SDS, very, 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 very near DS, you think they still go for above retail value?
Yeah, very, very close. Absolutely, no doubt.
I'm saying even if they're not DS, like, you know,
NDS pretty close. Yeah, still 5, probably still 4.
So is that still double? You still got to get doubles off of these.
Yes, bro. Like I honestly think that for sure. I mean, just look at how the market's been going. People are paying that for the Ben and Jerry dunks. So I mean, not that, but they're paying large amounts for the Ben and Jerry dunks. So just where the market's at. Everybody's sitting at home wanting to spend their money.
Yeah, even the off-white Chicago ones, you know, like people buy beaters of those for still well over a rack. So,
Disgusting.
yeah, man. So that's fresh out the box. Oh wait, real quick. You know, you went with highs. I know you went with the highs, right?
Correct.
I too also went with the highs, but I kind of regret it now. I like the ways that the lows look. I think Jordan 1 lows are a better shoe, especially with the right tag and the right heel cup. When it's the whole heel cup on the back, it's an ugly shoe. But when they do the tiny emblems and the tiny wing logo, it's a better. It's Air Jordan 1 OG. It's an OG Air Jordan 1.
Yeah, it definitely looks more OG. They should totally go check out episode 7 where we talked about like the Travis having a low and all the other lows with the highs. But I definitely had to go with the highs. It was no question for me. I looked at it for a second and I was like, nah, I'm doing these highs, bro. There's no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, once I committed to the highs, I knew it was for the flip. But
it's committed to the flip.
That's an automatic commit because I think I could flip the highs and still buy a pair of lows. So let's see how that works. But again, yeah, that's fresh out the box for this week, guys. We're gonna jump right into order confirm. This should be the first one is super simple. We got the so on sneakers this week. We're gonna have the Air Jordan 11 Low Concord Bread, or called Gym Red. They're gonna be $185. Flex or flip, Trey?
No, I'm going to pass.
Flex, flip, or flip. Okay, yeah, you can pass.
It's just not for me. Yeah, it's I mean, same concept with the Jordan 5. It's not something I'm into. Or with the I did this on the last episode. The top 3 Jordan 5. It's same concept where it's 2 shoes in one, and it's just not something I. Although tuxedo lows and like the Concord lows are not ugly, but like just the mix on this one is not for me.
Yeah. Having already seen a pair in hand, I don't think I would want a pair in my own collection. I did like the leather upper, but I'm just gonna pass on these. I think it's a saturation of 11 lows at this point. Just bring back the cherry 11 lows. Thank you, JP.
Exactly. Thank you. Oh my goch, that's all I need. That's one of like literally, I swear, that's one of my like top 3 or 4 Jordans that they got to bring back. I'm missing those a lot. But also, there's a lot of this colorway as far as like the 11 logos already. So this is definitely an easy one to pass.
Sure.
We can get into this one that my L meter went up a tick on this one for this Reebok. It was a Brain Dead collab. I don't know a ton about the brand. Do you know anything about the brand?
Not off the top, no.
I don't know a ton of stuff about the brand, but these shoes they came out with are wild. They're super fuzzy. They got like this. I'm gonna be honest, the color isn't super attractive. It's like green and it's got like the fuzzy all over it. The laces are extremely fuzzy. I couldn't even imagine lacing them up, but I was totally gonna buy these for my own collection. One of my only Reeboks I would have owned. But I'm gonna be honest, I did not come up on these. They were only $150, but I did not get them.
Yeah, you know, Reebok has been doing a lot of collabs lately. I think they're really trying to put their name out there. I don't think this one really fit the bill. It did have great accents on it. I think they even looked like almost like turf, that green overlay, but it's like a green suede, and then is it lime or is it loud yellow? The laces on there, yeah, those are crazy. And then I do like when Reebok takes their branding off, their traditional branding, and then they replace it with the branding of the collaborator. So that's pretty dope. But again, I don't like this silhouette, so to say, from Reebok. So it was already going to be an automatic pass for me. So had I even known, I wouldn't have got them. But out to those people that did get them, all good in the hood there. Speaking of hoods, we got the neighborhood collab with Mr.Cartoon, which is Mr. LA himself, with the Vans Volt capsule. They released 2 shoes, an authentic for $75. It was a white sole with a gray upper, covered in Chicano cartoon theme. And then they had branding on the actual right below the foxing stripe, but on the sole itself. And then they had an old school pair that went for $90, all black suede. They have embroidered Tokyo and on one shoe and then Los Angeles on the other to tell the stories of both. It had graffiti all over it from Mr. Cartoon himself, and then they have branding for neighborhood and Mr. Cartoon on the heel, um, which was also embroidered. Very nice collaboration. What you think about it, Trey?
I think Vans is like on the quietest hot streak. They have come out with some fire product. They have definitely I love who they're working with, a bunch of wild collabs and stuff. But this one's really cool. I actually watched I think it was like something in LA, the documentary on Netflix about Mr. Cartoon and everything, and learned everything about him. So that was really cool because I definitely did not know enough. So seeing these come out right after with the neighborhood collab is really cool. I'm usually an Authentics guy. I don't know how you feel about these, but the old school is definitely better in my opinion. I love the all black. I love the embroidering, the Tokyo and LA embroidering on the front, on the toe caps and everything. So I just think everything about the black pair looks really, really smooth and clean. The other pair is not bad. It looks like a lot of the Authentics that come out though, just like a lot of design going on the top, and that's just not for me. I think they have like 400 pages on their website of authentic shoes with different prints on them. But yeah, I like the old school a lot.
Yeah, I think the old school was the winner of the two. The whole capsule is a win, but the better of the two, in my opinion, was also the old school. The Authentics is my favorite silhouette of all time from Vans. But lately, like you said, Vans has been doing some great collaborations. They had one with Kith, they have one with Kenzo. Now with this one with Mr. Cartoon, with another authentic, I don't think they really hit the bill that well whenever it comes to making the authentic be the standout shoe. I think more people are leaning towards the old school to be the better shoe because of its new popularity. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, everything down from all the embroidering to the graffiti all over the shoe. Very, very, very bueno. It was a nice touch. So, congrats to Mr. Cartoon. Even though he doesn't need he doesn't need any congratulations, and shout out to Neighborhood for the drop. That
Big,
is, was that?
big fire.
Oh yeah, big flame emojis all over the place. Your order has officially been confirmed. We're gonna go ahead and move on to tracking order. Yeah, this tracking order is it's ass. It's complete.
We told y'all this was coming though. We told y'all there was going to be a lull coming up. This is the lull.
Yeah, yeah. This is a major LOL all for the whole week. Starting off with the Jordan 14 Gym Red. Oh man, this could have been executed a little bit better. All red suede upper, white outsole. Releasing on July 2nd on the sneakers app for $190. Man.
I mean, I'm not super mad at this shoe, man. It looks sharp. It's just another one though, right? Like we've seen Ferraris already. We've seen stuff like this. It's just a 14. I've actually had a lot of people tell me they're looking forward to this shoe. I think it's because there's not a ton of really hot J's dropping right now that people are like really looking forward to. But you will be able to get these, I assume.
I mean, being that the 14 is the last shot shoe, they should have just left the last shot shoe to be the last 14 ever produced.
Oh.
This was not a great take. Very lazy attempt by JB. Yeah, shots fired. I'll do it all over again. Whatever. Hope you're wearing Kevlar. Nah, man. Yeah, this is an automatic pass. You will see a lot of pairs sitting for this one. Yeah, no dice on this.
Yeah, there's not much there. It's pretty basic, red up top, black and white. Pretty basic as it gets, especially for a 14. So yeah, definitely go to the sneakers app if you want those. The next thing we're going to talk about is an Adidas collab with the man Pharrell. Super popping at Adidas. He's got two superstars coming out, two different colorways. We've got a white primary shoe. It's got a yellow band, like strip of cloth towards the bottom, right above the midsole. So it's on the upper essentially, but it looks like it's just sewn right onto the upper, which is mesh. Like I said, there's a white pair with the yellow, and there's a black pair with a legend purple, which is like a burgundy to me personally, strip along that side. So any thoughts on these, bro?
Like Pharrell's been known to go against the curve or go against the grain. This was a grain that he should not have gone against. This was a terrible, terrible attempt. Now you already know there's going to be those stylists who put it together very well with, their linen pants and what have you. But all in all, this whole thing was not a great executed pair of shoes. They look like ass. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
Straight up. But yeah, like they do have they have like little dash laces, so that's one positive, I guess, if I had to say something nice about these shoes. But the sole, the tongues are a different color. The logo on the tongue is flipped upside down, inverted, like we were talking about with the Puerto Rico pair a few weeks back. That like you can look down and see it, and it's like it's looking up at you. So that's the concept you get with these shoes, which I think most people think is extremely stupid. So yeah, so these shoes are big 2 thumbs down.
Yeah, if I have to say one positive thing about it is going to be the prime knit. Yeah, it's just a nice soft material, but do not spill wine on it. And that burgundy, ugly purple color is like Robitussin. So no,
these are not your NMD Pharrells. These are not your nothing human about these.
Yeah, no,
for sure.
On this, a human race touch. Let's get into this last.
You're just getting worse and worse.
Oh yeah, no, this is just track your order this week, y'all. So the last pair we got up is a Jordan 6 that we talked about. What episode was that? Episode 3.
We didn't talk about this shoe. We didn't talk about it. No, we did not.
We didn't talk about this one in particular. We showed up a mock version of this shoe. Now, JB is notorious for this. They don't even produce the mock shoe, but the mock-up, but they never look at the mock-up either and listen to the responses from it. They're set to release on July 4th. It's the K54s or the K54 Jordan 6s. Trey, take it, man. This is supposed to be your shoe. I don't even want to.
No, bro. We shouldn't even talk about this. This is so bad. I'm extremely disappointed. The you're good. There's a hot take. Hot take.
Oh.
If that mock-up came out, it's one of the best 6s ever. I think it would have been super fire. It would have been up on DB level, especially if it came out with the suede on the all cream upper, the tan upper with the orange hints. They could have added brown hints at the bottom or something on laces or something. I don't know. When I read the colorway originally, I was like, there is no way they can mess this up. Brown is popping right now. These are going to hit so hard. And I'm so disappointed because these are so bad. I hate the details along the side. I hate the colors of them. I hate that they went with the light gum sole on the bottom, even though I usually love gum soles. I like the color of the brown on the tongue, but everything else is horrendous. They could scrap this whole damn thing. And I like the ones coming out. The ones with the brown and stuff, those would be cool. These are not cool.
These are not cool at all.
No.
Coming to an outlet near you, you would definitely see those there. The only positive thing I could take away from that would be the K54 branding. I do love the shapes and patterns of that. But aside from that, the project was an L.
Yeah, I mean, the only good thing about them is that they might not release in America.
Yeah, no, send them to France where, Most people will take it and eat it up there, and they'll probably wear it next year for the next Lacay tournament. So that was tracking order, a very disappointing tracking order at that.
Don't
Let's
worry, it's gonna get better. Stay with us. It's gonna get better. Summer's still in full form.
Oh, absolutely. It's only 1 month down. July starting off a little bit dry, so well, hopefully it heats up a little bit later. Speaking of July starting off, usually they bring around the 4th of July sneaker releases. Some people look forward to these every year, man. That's what you're supposed to do. So for this year, Nike dropped a whole USA pack. Not the best of this year. I don't think a lot of people will be aiming towards any of these shoes. But we wanted to just speak about some of our favorite, 4th of July kicks that, that we've ever seen. So,
I enjoy the holiday. The holidays, one of my favorite holidays of the year. I love it mainly because it's during summertime. It's just an excuse to go hang out with everybody and watch fireworks and have fun and do stuff.
Cop kit.
¿Qué pasó?
And cop new shoes.
And cop new shoes every year. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember because your birthday is right around this time, but I remember just always being somewhere during this weekend, whether we were in Austin, San Antonio, New Orleans, just traveling somewhere, and there would always be a drop this weekend that we'd always be looking at. So this holiday we've been celebrating this by buying shoes for years now.
Yeah, man. I think that's a perfect way to bring in the holiday is just buy new shoes, man. I think it's such a beautiful thing. I look forward to it every year. So some of my favorite 4th of July releases. Well, let me not say the 4th of July releases, but let's just say USA themed.
Right, exactly. Not necessarily Olympics, but like USA themed.
Yeah, just USA themed. Even though mine are mostly Olympics. For starters, there is the Nike Air Force 180s. They made very popular from Charles Barkley. The blue strap gets me every time. The thick sole is also great with the speckle. I think they re-released these not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken, 2018 perhaps. Mm-hmm. That's when they re-retroed. So those are really great shoes. Air Max up-tempos, those are great as well. Scottie Pippins, the Air More up-tempos with the big air on the side. Those are classic USA shoes. The Olympic 7s, you can never not talking about the Olympic 7s whenever it comes to USA-themed shoes. They are probably one of the most notable, if not arguably the best 7 colorway, either that or the Cardinal 7s, but that's for a different debate. Speaking of the number 7, this was actually the introduction of his new shoe at the time, but it was the KD7 USAs. I was able to cop a pair of those. Those are really sick. And
those are super sick. Yeah, those are one of the ones on my list for sure. I remember when you bought those, I was pissed because I didn't want to copy you when you bought them because I was like, God, those are super fire. And you bought them, you rocked them for your birthday weekend on 4th of July, and those were super duper fire. Those are one of my favorites. Speaking of like the Nike basketball line, though, my favorite from those lines is the Kobe 10. So it came with a light gum sole, but it was like a translucent almost, and then it had like a wavy, not tie-dye, but it had like a wavy red, white, and blue pattern along it.
Yeah, like a gradient.
Yeah, for sure. Super fire. All the fireworks.
Yeah, those are fire. I will say for an honorable mention pack, for the 4th of July. I don't know if you remember this, but we were in Vegas again for my birthday, which was many moons ago. And the Nike Air Max 90 pack dropped while we were in that Nike Town store. And the all red pair, the all white pair, and the all blue pair, they had dropped that same week.
Oh, that's right. You're right. You're 100% correct.
And those were probably, I think they were even a hyperfuse edition at that too. So, all the whole upper was fused together. It wasn't like an overlay on an overlay. It was just all one shoe meshed together. So Those are probably some of my favorite USA or just red, white, and blue colorway shoes. They even changed the tongue tag on them to be the American flag. So I think the resale on those are still high to this day. Those dropped in 2013. So
Those are fire. Those are. I remember all three of those were super fire. The one full color, but Betsy Ross was also 4th of July, right? That was scheduled for 4th of July. I know we just talked about those on a recent episode.
yeah, they were scheduled for 4th of July, but they were canceled. But
Yeah.
yeah, that would have been another heater, had they put the correct flag on there. But
Would have been super heater for sure. Everybody would have gone after those. I will say I got one more shoe for 4th of July that is by far my hands down my favorite shoe for 4th of July. It is I feel like these didn't get as much love as they should have, but it's a Dunk High. It's called the USA flag. It's an all black pair with a gum sole, and it's got like the stars, the blue star strap around the back, or not strap, but like just around the collar there. It's like blue leather with the stars. Super slept on. I know they jumped up in resale now since they dropped so long ago, but man, I remember when that shoe came out, I was just not in it like I am now, but I wish I would have came up on those because those are super fire pair of shoes and by far what I would wear every 4th of July.
I remember those, and those were the heaters.
Yeah.
They were slept on because they were all black with a gum sole, and they did not like scream pure Americana the way like other shoes that we just mentioned do. But that's a great sleeper pair. I would definitely I would come up on those if I could.
Man, what? For sure. Definitely a dunk I missed that one day might have to go back and grab.
Oh yeah, after I saw the Dior's, of course. Oh man, any plans? 4th?
No big plans. No. We're gonna celebrate you that same couple days there. But other than that, nothing big. Everybody stay inside. Wear your masks. If you're gonna hang out with people, do it not close. We trying to, especially if you live in Texas, man. Like, I want to go places and do things this year, and I'm just like, I'm really over staying in my house. Like, y'all hear these people playing music. I listen to these people every day. I'm trying to go out and listen to music. So, yeah, man, just definitely subscribe, like, follow, comment, do all that. Stay in tune with us, and we'll definitely let you know everything that's going on in the sneaker world going forward.
For sure. We'll keep you entertained during the COVID times, baby. Like, this is what we're doing. This is what we love to do. Just like Trey said, make sure that you like, subscribe, share, comment, tell your baby mama about us, and then tell your side girl about us. They release on July 1st. That's a great way to bring in the month. July 3rd, which is actually my birthday. Space Hippies are coming out. Please, if you love me for anything, and if you made it this far in the episode, get me the Space Hippie 3s. You'll be my best friend for life. I will
go fund me for Cassie to get these 03s. We're just all gonna pitch in so we can just buy them on StockX.
For sure. Hopefully the resale ain't crazy. I will take the 1s and the 2s as a backup. You can hold the 4s. Yes. We've officially made it into double digits. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. This has been episode 10, big 10, you know what I'm saying? Stay tuned for episode 11 coming next week. Hopefully we got some more heat with the tracking order, and we will see y'all next time, guys. And like always, ain't no half stepping around here. Woo, woo. Peace.